Hello and welcome here to Nixa High School for the second ever boys volleyball season. Head coach here, Coach Zimmerman, and the Eagle squad are back in action after having a pretty good year last year for their first ever year. They're taking on the Rockbridge Bruins tonight. I'm Brady Reeton alongside my partner, Elijah Adams. Elijah, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, Brady. How about you?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to watch some Eagles volleyball, as this is, like we said, the second ever season led by seniors Jaden Tate and Bryce Peebles, Kyle Griffin, Barron Johnson, and Blake Edison. The Bruins traveling from Columbia, Missouri, making the trip down. 2 games today. And they'll come up and do their, I believe it's a pregame handshake before. I haven't done volleyball in a minute. They do the handshake before the game.
Very interesting compared to, post-game handshakes.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I think they do it between every set.
Good way to promote sportsmanship. Have it between every set.
One player I'm excited to watch is Colt McCoy. He came off a monstrous basketball season for the Eagles, put up a lot of great numbers on the JV squad, and saw some big minutes and big games for the Eagles on the varsity team. And he is tall, athletic, and he can jump through the roof. So if that's going to say one thing, he can hit the crap out of the ball.
Oh, yeah, he can. And looking at this Rockbridge team, it should be a great matchup. Looking at the size they have, it really very comparable to the Nixa Eagles.
Like we're just getting started here. It should be Eagles ball serving first. That'll be the Bruins serving first. Back to serve for the Bruins will be Sammy Waitman. And the Waitman steps back and awaiting the serve in. Serve is off from Waitman. Here setting is Peebles. Peebles gets it over Griffin. Griffin's first hit will hit the antenna, and it will be point awarded to the Bruins. And the Bruins getting a little chance in down there on the bench. Waitman serves away again. Once again set by Peebles. He's going to get it over. Soaring through the air, and the strong, powerful hit there from Tate running into the table. Real hard there for the Bruins was Tyler Bassford. A great effort, but Jaden Tate bringing the house down with that one.
Yeah, he came in hot to that scorer's table, let me tell you. Wow.
Yeah, Bassford putting a really good effort into that one. We're going to see Blake Edison check out of the game. In comes Colt McCoy. Sneerovich back to serve. It's away. Received by the Bruins. It's going to get pushed over, and it's going to fall out of bounds. Pushing that one over for the Bruins was Marshall. Hockman received that one, but just kind of looked like the Bruins got out of sort there. The Eagles get their first lead of the game. Serves away again, and it's way too far, and it'll be out of bounds. 2-2 is your score. And if you look at the Eagles team, a lot of them playing their first years of volleyball this past year, even this year, they're just athletes going out there trying to have fun with it. Serves away. Here's the set from Peebles. He gets it over. Colt McCoy with a powerful hit, and it will hit off the antenna as the Bruins try to receive that one. It'll be Eagles point.
Yeah, like you were saying, Brady, all these athletes on the Nixa team, they're all been athletes for different sports and stuff, and you could just really tell how into it they are, and that's really great to see as a second-year boys volleyball team.
Serves away from Tate. Here coming to set. Waitman, he gets it over. Here's Tate now. Tate set to Peebles. Peebles backwards set over to Griffin. Griffin's hits blocked at the net and landing out of bounds. It'll be Eagles point. Serves away from Tate. Tate's serve is a little too far. 4-3 is your score. Serves away. The set. Over from Peebles. Gets it to Griffin. Griffin going with a little high arcing shot there. Once again, the set over and trying to push it over the net. It's the Bruins. They failed to do that. On that one, it was Josh Jackson. Checking out of the game is Detmer. In comes Waitman. The Eagles serve away once again. And now setting to the libero, Hockman. Hockman gets it over. Looking for the kill. Kept alive off the net, playing it. But it'll get the antenna was Peebles. Can't keep that one alive.
Yeah, just a foot away from being in. It was really close.
Keeping the score within one, and the serve's away for the Bruins. Gets it up to Peebles. Peebles over to Johnson. Johnson's shot is blocked. And trying to keep it in bounds there.
What a block by Josh Jackson right there. Just coming up and blocking that right back to them.
Well, that was Johnson's first kill attempt.
A little confusion on the court here.
And just like that, it's all tied up here at 5. I think there were some point issues and points awarded to the Bruins, as it should be. So sitting back to serve for the Bruins, probably number 6, Cooper Rainwater. We've seen a lot of rain today. He goes with a little knuckleball serve there. Sets away. Colt McCoy soaring through the air. That's a kill for McCoy. Oh, my goodness. The middle hitter just demolishes that ball.
What a hit. That was coming about 30, 40 miles per hour right there, Brady.
That was smoked for sure. And it's the first kill of the 2025 season for the Eagles. Comes from Colt McCoy. And a little rotational confusion here. Colt McCoy has to check in and serve here. And the serve's away from McCoy. He gets it up and over. Over to Jackson. Jackson's blocked at the net by Edison, and going back over. The set back to Jackson, tipped. And getting the net there was Edison. It'll be point Bruins to tie it back up at 6. And the Bruins serve is up and away, and it will fall short. Tyler Lyson on that one. Now the senior Peebles back to serve. Bryce serves away. He gets it up over to Lyson, and it'll be out of bounds. I believe that's going to be an ace for Peebles. It will go down in the stat sheet as the first ace for the Eagles comes from Bryce Peebles. Peebles second serves away. He gets over Lyson. The set over to Jackson. Jackson goes a little too far there. Point Eagles. Now the Eagles get their largest lead of tonight with 3. Peebles third serves away. A little knuckler there. The set over. Waitman pushes this one over. It's blocked at the net by Tate. Peebles set on over. Here comes Johnson. Johnson gets that one over the net. Set one more time by Waitman to Jackson. Blocked at the net by Edison. and it's kept alive. Jackson one more time goes a little snake eye, and he'll get it to land for the kill.
Yeah, nice little tap right there. He faked him out and just hit it really softly to the left side, and that worked.
Yeah, that was really impressive there by Jackson after being blocked twice. A great job there by Edison and Tate keeping it alive at the net. David Detmar checks into the game. Out comes Josh Jackson. Back to serve is going to be Jake Hockman. I think some substitution issues here. It's everybody's first game. And the serve is away by Hockman. Setting it, here's Peebles. Peebles gets it over to Johnson. Johnson goes up, and he gets the kill to fall right inside that gray line. And Johnson gets his first career kill for the Eagles.
Yeah, it looks like once the Eagles could get that, can start serving and get that momentum, they just can't be stopped, Brady. Seems to be.
They're doing really well right now. Hockman, he's going to get this one over to Waitman. Waitman pushes it over. Now Johnson. Johnson gets it to Peebles. Peebles pushes it over to Griffin. Griffin stopped there by the net. It's going to be a point for the Bruins.
Looks like he jumped just a tad early on the ball. Just waited a second more, he would have had that right over that net.
10-8 is your score here in Eagle Fieldhouse. One's away, the dig. Set back by Peebles, and Tate with the kill placed in that back right corner for another one. McCoy's going to check back in. Edison will check out of the game. And the serve is away, up and over. Here's Waitman. The set. Gets it over, and whiffing on that one is Detmar.
Just off the fingertips right there.
Some little missed time there. And the serve's away, up and over. Here comes the set by Waitman. Waitman pushes it over. The long hit there coming from Marshall. They'll be out of bounds, and the Eagles are starting to get a large lead now, leading by 5. Serve is away, and it's a little too far there. Points going to be awarded to Rockbridge. 13-9 is your score here in the first set. Now back to serve is Tyler Bassford. Bassford's serve is away. Receiving that one's Griffin. Griffin to Peebles. Back to Griffin. And that one's going to be out the hands of Tyler Bassford for another Eagles kill. A second of the night coming from Kyle Griffin.
Yeah, it looked like he just could not get under it and sit it back up to his teammates, but great effort there.
Tate serving away. Tate had a pretty good senior campaign for the boys soccer team, and that one's going to be missed hit by Jackson Marshall. You're all good.
David Detmer with the ball again. Here we're looking to serve.
And the serve's away. Here's Peebles. He lifts that one up, gets over to Griffin. Griffin with a soft hit, and it finds a hole in the defense. A little miscommunication there by the Bruins. Pay them a little consequence. And another Kyle Griffin kill.
Ball set right in the middle of all of them, and it looked like no one really wanted to go get it and really hit each other.
And serves away. Jackson using that length to push that one over. The set by Peebles. He gets over. McCoy running and swinging. He gets it fall for the kill.
Perfectly set up by Peebles right there. Just right up, straight for McCoy, just to spike it down over there. Great
what
play.
An impressive hit by McCoy. He killed that one. There wasn't even a chance for the Bruins defense there. Waitman pushed it over. Jackson with the left. Set by Peebles. He gets over to Johnson. Johnson soaring through the air. And what a dig by the Bruins. That's coming from number 9, Tyler Bassford. Just no one could recover and get back. Timeout called by the Bruins. 18-10 is your score. We're going to step aside. This short break brought to you by Beauty and Wellness Co. And welcome back here to Eagle Fieldhouse. The serve is away coming from the Nixa Eagles. And it's going to find the hands of Hockman. Hockman to Jackson. Now pushing that one over on a low line drive. Here is Barron Johnson with the kill. And what a hit coming from the senior to give the Eagles a very commanding 9-point lead. Serve is away once again. Hockman looking for the dig. He's going to push it over to Lyson. They're going to call a 2-touch there. We're going to see some substitutions. And the serve's away. The set by Waitman. He gets it over. Blocked at the net there by Colt McCoy.
Looked like a team effort with Barron and McCoy right there, right in the middle of them. And nice block.
Was no entry there for either of them. Serve is away. Trying to defend that one. The set over. Here comes Jackson. Jackson gets it over the net. Peebles with the set. He gets over Johnson one more time. And the finesse over the hands falls in perfectly from Barron Johnson. And this game's turning into this set's turning into all Eagles.
Yeah, what a run by the Eagles right here.
The serve's away. Waitman pushes it back over and clears over for the Bruins. And a little setter's dump there by Peebles. He couldn't pull it off.
Looks like he tried to do a behind the back, try to fake him out and do it behind his head.
And couldn't get it off. It would have been pretty cool if he did.
Yeah, that would have been pretty cool.
And now working his way back to set is serve is Jackson Marshall. And McCoy's going to clear this one over. The set over to Jackson. It's going to be tipped around. Almost kept alive there.
Good play by Vlad Sirnikov. He laid out for it, but couldn't quite get that, Brady.
And the serve's away, a very hard one. Peebles gets it over to McCoy, and McCoy, there is no stopping that one for another kill.
Yeah, McCoy's just weaving through this Rockbridge defense back here and just straight through the two of them. And coming that quick, it's pretty hard to defend that.
And the serve's away. It's just a little too far. Serves away. Digging that one is going to be Peebles, and the kill coming from Johnson. Another one, and Barron Johnson's having himself quite the first set.
Eagles are now just one away from winning this set. And look at that replay. You can see that ball hit up straight for him to spike it. Beautiful play by the Eagles.
Serves away from Peebles. Going to clear that one over. Kept alive by the Eagles. Peebles with the set. Over to Tate. Now working around Waitman. Waitman gets it over. Blocked at the net there by Edison and Tate. Now Jackson one more time using that height way too far, and that will do it for set number 1. It's a winner for the Eagles. And we'll be back after this short 3-minute break, brought to you by Beauty and Wellness Go. The Eagles looking to improve after having a 7-16 record last year. I believe they fell in that first round of districts, but honestly, for your first year, they competed with quite a few teams in the area. Just couldn't take down Eureka in that 5-set series, and just fell to them 3-0.
Yeah, in the game on Wednesday was canceled by a tornado in Nevada by Lincoln College Prep, and a tornado came through the town, Brady.
Yeah, that's just not what you want to hear.
Yeah, it left some damage, but they canceled and hoping to reschedule.
And the serve's away there by Johnson, and he gets an ace to get this one started. A little funky spin there. And that gets the Eagles going here early. Second set by Johnson. Once again, an ace. And he placed that one perfectly on the line. Back-to-back aces coming from Johnson.
Yeah, too close for Rainwater to decide they were to go for it, just let it go. But great hit.
Here's Jaden Tate putting that one down, digging it, keeping it alive. Waitman, what a job there.
What a volley by these guys.
And the set from Peoples a little too far to the right of Kyle Griffin. Couldn't get there.
Yeah, Rockbridge had a back-to-back 2 digs that were phenomenal play that kept him alive in that set.
And the serve's away. Johnson receives that one. Set over. Here's Peeble to Tate, and Tate goes too far there. It's all tied up at 2.
A little too much heat on that one.
And bringing it back to serve is going to be Sammy Waitman. Served by Waitman's away, and there's going to be a rotation violation on the Eagles. Point Bruins.
Be the first time Rockbridge takes a lead in this game.
Yeah, it's been a minute since the Bruins had a lead. I think it was about this early last time. Actually, I think it was 2-1 they had the lead.
And Nixa rallied back and
right off with it.
Yeah.
And the confusions of the rotations figured out for the Eagles. The set there, the serve there. It's away by Waitman. Griffin gets that one away. Peebles over. Griffin one more time. Pushes it with the right, and it falls just out of bounds.
Liked what he's trying to do, just tap it, get right close to that line so, they know to hit it or not.
And going to the net there was Jaden Tate. And the Bruins off to an early lead, 5-2. Waitman serves away. And Johnson trying to keep this one alive. Tate will. Clearing it over will be Peebles. What a save there from the Eagles. Tipping that one around is Edison. Edison gets it over. Tate going up. And a little battle at the net there. Pushed over by Waitman. Johnson to Peebles. Over to Griffin. Griffin gets this one clearing. Peebles hits it around. Back over Griffin. Griffin blocked at the net. Kept alive once again. And Johnson will clear. And Griffin going for the kill. He will. And he'll get it to fall. And the Eagles are back up on the board after a strong rally back.
Yeah, looks like there was about 20, 30 touches on that ball, Brady. Just back and forth. It was a real nail biter to see which way it would go.
And, oh, my goodness, a great block there by the Bruins as McCoy did not miss that one at all. And catching the antenna there was Jaden Tate. 6-3 is your score now.
Yeah, David Detmar was not scared to block that ball for McCoy. He stepped up and did not hold back.
And here's Peebles. He gets it over to Griffin. Griffin, another kill for Kyle Griffin. Eagles looking to inch their way back. Into this one. After trailing by 3. Serve is away. A little knuckleball there by Tate. He gets it over. Now pushing this one over a little too far. And the points awarded to the Bruins. Did someone tip it? I think that's what they're calling there.
Yeah, tip off.
Serve is away. Peebles with the set, gets it over Griffin. Griffin gets stuffed at the net, and Colt McCoy comes up and over and puts it right back down. What a swing there by Colt McCoy. And serve into the net there.
Looked like the Eagles weren't ready for that one. They're all standing around.
No. That serve away, tips off the net, gets it over. McCoy with the kill. Oh my goodness.
Once again.
Colt McCoy with another kill. It's his 5th. And that is unreal how hard McCoy hits that ball.
Oh, yeah, it's very, very crazy to see him do that. And it looks like he's going to be serving up here now.
Looks like the line judge is going to have to go get this ball out of the hallway because McCoy hit it so hard. Actually, it's hidden.
Oh, behind the water.
Behind the water. I thought he hit it in the hallway for a minute. He went and looked down the hallway, and I was like, and we're back with Colt McCoy set the serve. And McCoy serves away. He clears it over Hockman to Waitman. Waitman to Jackson. Jackson blocked at the net, diving and shooting out of bounds. It'll be a Nixa Eagles point.
I think this is a turning point here, right here for the Eagles. You know, get a good start and a couple serves, and they're just off.
It's kind of what happened last set. They had a couple good serves, a big run there by Tate and Peebles. Just put them back away. And Johnson gets that one over. Waitman to Jackson. Jackson gets stuffed at the net one more time. Pushing it over is Edison. Edison back to Waitman. Clearing it over there was Peebles. It'll hit the scoreboard.
No
and
one
it'll
there.
fall into a little hole there within the Eagles. 9-7 now. The Bruins lead.
I think they're confused because the ball almost hit the scoreboard up there.
I thought it did hit the scoreboard.
Yeah.
And serve is away. Set by Peebles over to Johnson, and he gets it to fall. The Eagles just kind of inching back in every second. It's set by Peebles. He's going to go over Tate now. He wants to join the fun, but what a save there by Hawkman. Now Barron Johnson once again gets it to fall in perfectly for another kill. And a line violation called there on Peebles. Took one too many steps up there when he served. Huckman now serving for the Bruins. Here's Jaden Tate. Oh, we get tipped around the net. Waitman over. He's going to find Bassford. Bassford sails that one up and over. For an Eagles point, it's going to stay tied up 10-10.
Here comes Kyle Griffin.
Yeah, Griffin checks back into this one.
Had a great first set. A lot of kills.
And Griffin gets this one over the set here by Waitman. Waitman clears up and over, and it's a little too far. The Eagles are going to take this lead back after not leading for quite a few points. It was actually 2-1 last time they led. Serve up and away. Here's the set from Peebles. He gets it over to Tate. Tate now. Hawkman. Hawkman to Waitman. And that's blocked at the net there by Edison. He gets it to fall. And this is a big set for the Eagles here.
Yeah, great turning point and, setting momentum into the next few sets.
And Johnson trying to keep this one alive. He won't. That'll shoot out of bounds. And tipping at the net, Barron Johnson keeps that one alive over Kyle Griffin. Griffin, a little floater there. And blocked at the net. It's going to be Eagles' point.
Yeah, Rockbridge couldn't quite reach that. Great effort, but just too far for them to reach.
A little collision there by the Eagles. Hawkman pushing that one over. Johnson getting to it, settling. Pushing it over there is Tate, and it's a little too low for Griffin to get over the net.
Yeah, Rockbridge coming off a 4-win streak here.
Yeah, they won 4 straight. 4-2 currently. Eagles looking to put it into that one. Eagles 2-2 currently. Up and over. Griffin gets that one to fall right on the line. That looked kind of out to me, but
that looked a little out to me too.
But if it plays, it'll play for the Eagles. And Colt McCoy somehow getting that one to fall. That was very athletic by McCoy. Some great body control to get that one up and over the net.
It looked like they expected him to spike that one right there, but he just tapped it in for that point.
Serves away. It was a little too far. Griffin up and over, clears. And blocked at the net there by Peebles.
Great play by Peebles right there. Denied.
That puts the Eagles up by 4 here, and this could be the momentum they need just to A dig there. Here's Colt McCoy. Won't get it to fall.
Might need to check if Vlad Sirnikov is okay after that one. He had two or three dives right there. Looked like that one might have hurt.
That last one you could hear up here. And the serve's away, and it's off the net. It'll be another Eagles point. Coy keeps that one alive. Waitman over, pushes it. Tate to Peebles. Peebles over to Johnson. Johnson blocked by the net.
Great save by Vlad right there, keeping it alive.
And Colt McCoy, once again, another kill. Puts him at 7 so far here in 2 sets.
Vlad's brother, Zakar, serving that one. But back to Rockbridge.
That serve into the net there. 19-14 is your score. Somehow kept alive, moving around. Tate digs that one up, gets it over Johnson. Johnson looking for the kill, kept alive and cleared over. And a setter's up there. Oh my goodness, what a play by Bryce Peebles.
Looks like a skyhook right there. He hit that in the side of his head. That was a great play.
Well, Larry Bird action there.
Larry Bird, yep. Tim Duncan.
Only the greatest forwards of all time. That one's going to shoot out of bounds. And this Eagles team is back in command with a 7-point lead. Looking to put this one, the set, to sleep and moving on to the next. And the serve from McCoy's up and away too far.
A little bit outside out there. Some nice shoes he got on right there.
Serves away.
Blue.
Set by Peebles. He's over to Johnson, and once again, just a little too far.
That one smacked.
That one was smoked. Serves away, Tate over to Peebles. Peebles, no look, one hand. One more time, Peebles, he gets over Johnson, setting his feet and getting that one away for another kill from Barron Johnson. He's the leader tonight with 8 kills. Hitting that one to the net for the Bruins be Tyler Bassford.
Eagles just 2 away now here to another set.
And Jackson's putting that one in the net. 24-16. So your score, it's going to be set point.
Pretty good start by the Eagles.
And that one's away from Johnson. Hits way too far and away, trying to keep it alive. Here's Jackson. Gets that one up. Well, might have fell out of bounds. But it's going to be Barron Johnson looking to put this one to sleep, but it'll be kept alive with the dig. That'll be point awarded to the Eagles. A lift there And that will do it. 25-16 is your score. The Eagles take set number 2. We'll be back after this short break. Brought to you by Beauty and Wellness Co.
Hello, welcome back to Nixa Fieldhouse. Nixa is up by 2 sets, and unfortunately Brady will not be able to call the rest of the game. But as back to the game, Nixa is up 2 sets and looking to fish this one out. Off to a great start, as they will take the court now. Some discussion on Nixa's side, but will be figured out, and it will be Rockbridge's serve. Sammy Whiteman with the serve here. Up and away, and we are underway. Set by Peoples, spiked by Tate, and right out of the gate, Nixa will take the lead 1-0 for this set. Vlad Surnikov looking to serve here. Away, and that will be hit too hard. Point Rockbridge. Ball will go to number 9, Bassford. Hit and to the net. Nixa point. Vlad's brother, Zakar, will serve that. Be bumped. Not enough to be over. Looks like David Detmar tried to tap that in, but that will not go over, and that'll be Nix's point. All up and out. Bumped. Not enough again from Tyler Lyson. Back to Nix's serve. Looks like Nixa has taken a quick lead to this one. See if they could continue. Good dig. Set by Peebles. Spiked by McCoy. Hit around, but saved by Rockbridge. And then hit by Lyson. And then McCoy back over. But Jackson Marshall will hit it over, but it'll be hit right back from McCoy to be Nix's point. Up and away. Bump Lyson and McCoy fight to get it over, but it looks like McCoy will get that. Back over to Nix's side, and Kyle Griffin will hit that, and that will be Nix's point. Served, bounce around, but will fall, and it'll be Nix's point once again. Yeah, it looks like the Eagles just took one and ran with it as they're on a roll. Ball served into the net. Turn the tables to Rockbridge. Number 15, David Detmar, with the serve here. Up over to Kyle Griffin, the Peebles. Hit by Rockbridge, but won't be enough from Samley Whiteman. Back over to Nixa. Kyle Griffin will hit it. Be set. Lyson hits it over. Sit by Kyle Griffin. But that would be too many touches, and Nixa's serve. Served and hit. Vlad with a set to Peebles. Barron will tap it over. Lyson will bump it. And not too sure what happened. Some confusion on this side, but will be Nix's point again. Kyle with the serve. Over to Lyson, the Bassford, and hit by McCoy, but the ball will return to Kyle Griffin. Away, set. Jackson hits it over to Barron. And Bryce Peebles and number 7, Josh Jackson, fight for that one, but it will just go over to Nix's side and be Rockbridge's point. Brings up Jackson Marshall to come serve it. Hit, be bumped. McCoy with another kill right there. He got up and let it eat. Nix's point. Eagles really got into the groove of this one as they're leading by 9. 12-3 Nixa. Ball served. Set. Here's Jackson. Bumps it over. Saved by McCoy. Lyson hits it over to Bryce, to Tate, and to Barron. But they will, Rockbridge's point there. Comes Tyler Lyson. Big serve. Bumped by Vlad to Peebles to Tate. And coming for your head, but that will be out and Rockbridge's point. Looks like Jake Hockman tried to get out of the way of that one. And no, will be Nix's point. Because Bryce Peebles with the serve. Hits it over. Bumped by Rainwater. Number 9, Bassford hits it over. Peebles to Barron. Back over. Hit by Jackson. And looked to be the ball didn't go over. It hit the net. Not one of Rockbridge's hands. So that constitutes as still on Nix's side, and it will be Rockbridge's point. Hockman with the ball here. Throws it up and serves it. It's a cart. And it looked to be that Peebles and number 15, Detmar, fought for that one, but it'll be Nix's point. Confusion who's serving here, but it'll be Barron Johnson, number 4. Nixon now leading by 9. Serves it. Bounce around Rockbridge's side and will be hit out by number 9, Tyler Bassford. Ball will be back in the hands of Barron Johnson. Serve, hit back over the Nixa, set by Vlad, set by Peebles. But Tate will not commit to that one as it will fall on Nix's side. Point Rockbridge. Coming to Sammy Whiteman. Ball served, bumped by Barron to Peebles. Griffin one hands. Getting ready, spikes it. Collision. Ball be bounced around both sides. Number 15, Detmar gets it over. Set by Bryce Peebles. The car hits it over, but will be recovered. Back to Peebles. Tate and Detmar fight for that one, but that will be Rockbridge's ball. With a point there. Breaking the lead to 8 now, as Sammy Whiteman hit the ball. Kyle Griffin. Barron hits it over, and that is into the audience to be Rockbridge's ball. Ball in the air. Just a little bit too far, Nix's point. Be Vlad's serve now. Looking to extend this Nixa Eagles lead. Spikes it over. Back over to Nixa. Bumps by Peebles. Not enough. McCoy will hit it, but that will be a little bit too much on that one. Rockbridge gets the ball again. Rockbridge trying to inch their way back into this game. Number 9, Tyler Bassford hit it. Saved by Zakar to over the Rockbridge side. It'll be hit over by David Detmar, saved by Peebles. It hit over, but that will be a double hit as this Rockbridge team is starting to get up. Ball served, bumped by Vlad, set by Peebles, spiked, but rejected by David Detmar as they cut this lead to 5. With that momentum, they're coming back in this game, and Tyler Bassford will come to serve this one. Serves, Zakar bumps it, set by Peebles, hit by Vlad. Jackson hit over, Vlad will set it, Peebles set it, McCoy with a bump, and recovered by Rockbridge will be hit over and let go. Nixa's point. Nixa trying to recover from a couple points, but they will remain up by 6. Ball in the air, hit by Jackson, bumped up, Bassford hits it over, contested with Tyler and Peebles, but back over to Nixa side. Peebles will set that. Griffin will hit it over. Tyler will hit it over to Lyson. Peebles sets it, spiked by McCoy, but about 2 feet out of bounds. Be Rockbridge's serve. Ball in the air, set over the Peebles. Coy hits it over, bounce back in, will make its way to the Rockbridge side. Jackson hits it over, but that is spiked by none other than Colt McCoy to bring this Nixa lead back up to 6 as they are 7 points away from getting this set. To serve here is number 7, Kyle Griffin. Hits it up. Hit around. Lyson will get it over. Set by Peebles on the other side. Another set. Josh will hit it over. Peebles with that skyhook one hand. And number 9, Tyler Bassford, could not get it over. Back over to Kyle Griffin. He will set this one. Hit over to Tyler Bassford, but could not get it over the net. And we will have a timeout. Nixa lead by 8, 12-20 Nixa. And don't go anywhere. We'll be back. And we're back from this Eagles timeout. Nixa still up by 8. But this Rockbridge team is fired up. They're ready to come back in this 8-point deficit. But it will be number 7, Kyle Griffin's serve. underway back from timeout. Hit over. Jackson will hit it over. Bumped by Vlad. Bryce is one hand to the other side. Jackson will hit it over again. Bryce will set it. Coy will hit it. Tipped off his hand. But that will fall into Nixa territory for Rockbridge's point. Detmar with the serve here. Spiked and a foot out of bounds. Point Nixa. Colt McCoy here looking to get back in the swing of things and put this set away. Be hit over, hit by Hawkman, and try to be saved from Cooper Rainwater, but that will be out of bounds. Back to Nixa. High spike down over there. Finds the way back to Nix's side. Spiked by Baron Johnson. And Rainwater could not come up with that, as the Eagles are now 2 away from winning this set. Up and away, and that'll be out of bounds. Comes Tyler Lyson with the serve. Looking to find their way back in this set. He'll hit it over, out of bounds. And Nix's point, and that will be match point here as Bryce Peebles comes in to serve this one. Looking to put this one away. The ball is hit over, and it'll be hit out of bounds by number 6, Cooper Rainwater. And the Eagles will take set 1, 2, and 3. And that is game. As the Eagles won this set 14-25. And they will put this one away. And a great game here for Nixa Eagles. And that's that. I'm Elijah Adams signing off. And come back for this Lee Summit game as we will take a short break. Don't go anywhere. Hello and welcome back. As Eagles look here to play Game 2 of this doubleheader against Lee Summit. As Lee Summit is 5-5, 0-3 in the district, coming off a loss from Lee Summit West, but they're looking here for a good match. And the Eagles come off a fresh win about 20 minutes ago against Rockbridge, as they took it and took it fast. Both teams line up here, and we're shortly underway to get this game started. And here comes the handshake. Real rainy day here, Nixa, Missouri, as we're seeing a lot of rain, but people are making it out here to see this game, and we're ready for this volleyball game. Some early energy from Lee Summit here as they're ready to fight. They take the court. Nixa had a, speaking of which, of their previous game, they took the first 3 sets and won, and they're now 3-2 and looking to make it 4-2. It seems it will be Lee Summit's serve to start things off. And we're just awaiting for the refs go ahead. To serve here will be Jaden Holstrom. Lee Summit. And we are off. Ball hit. Bumped by Vlad, set by Peebles, spiked, and we'll get over to Lee Summit's side, point Nixa. And it could not be hit back from Ahuna. So Vlad Sirnikov, come serve. Hit over, bumped over the Nixa Eagles side. Peebles will set it, Kyle Griffin will hit it, but it'll be hit out of bounds by Karsten Fien to make the score 2-0. And that'll be a kill for Baron Johnson. Set, spiked by Karsten, will be out again, extending this lead to 3. Eagles back to serve. Up in the air. Bumped, hit over the side, but saved by Carson. Hit over by number 8, Braden. Finds way to the Nixa Eagles side. Recovered. And just back and forth. Over to Lee Summit. He hit over. Bumped by Bryce Peebles. Bryce Peebles finds it again, sets it for Kyle Griffin, spikes off the hands of 23 Trenton Oldham, and out of bounds yet again to bring the score to 4-0 Nixa. Nixa off to a good start here, as they've won 4 straight volleys here. Up and away. Set by number 7, Jaden Holstrom. Hit, but saved by McCoy. Tate will spike it over softly, and it will not be recovered by Lee Summit, as this will make it 5-0 Nixa to start the game. Bounce around Lee Summit's side. Carson hit it over, set by Peebles, spiked by Tate, but out of bounds, bringing Nixa, excuse me, not out of bounds, inbounds to bring Nixa 6-0. Comes a serve. Jousted, and it will go to Nixa, as Nixa is skunking out Lee Summit 7-0, and that will be a timeout from Lee Summit. Eagles starting off hot here, as we'll take a short break. Do not go anywhere. This break is sponsored by Coca-Cola. Hello and welcome back. Nixa will continue with their streak, as Snirikov will serve the ball here. Up, hit by number 17, Garrett. Hit over back to Nixa. Barron hits over to Bryce. Colt McCoy hits it over, and it will be Nixa's point, as that was hit off the hands of one of the Lee Summit. Ball in the air. Hit over. Recovered. Hit over back to Vlad. Set by Bryce Peebles. Colt McCoy will spike it out of bounds, as that will bring Lee Summit's first point on the board. Number 11, Reese Ahuna, will come serve it. Over to Vlad, set by Peebles, faked by McCoy, hit by Tate. Straight easy points for Tate, as that brings him to 4 kills already in this game. Tate will have the serve here. Hits it over softly, Lee Summit side. Number 3, Justin Lee, hit it over. Recovered by Tate, over to Johnson, but that will not make it over the net, and Lee Summit will cut the lead only to 7 now. Serves over for Braden Askeland, and he will serve it out into foul territory, and that will bring Snirikov to come serve this. Hits it over. Bumped, then set by Jaden. Hit over, set by Vlad to Peebles. Coy, one hand over, back to Nix's side, and will eventually make it over from Peebles. First kill of the game. And bring the score to 2-11 Nixa. That car Sneerhoff hits it over and will be out of bounds. Point Lee Summit. Ball rolled over to Carson Feen to serve this one. Hits it over. Spiked by Colt McCoy and could not be recovered by Carson Feen. Just not letting up on Lee Summit here. Nixa is just taking this lead and ran with it. Colt with the serve. Bumped and set around. Hit by Justin Lee, but rejected by Edison for another Nixa point. Now upping the difference to 10. Up and away. Carson will hit it to Garrett. Hit over, and that will be bumped out of bounds by Colt McCoy into the stands. Back to Lee Summit. Going to be Justin Leaf's serve. It was taken out for number 23, Trenton Oldham, as he will get the call of serve here. He hits it over, bumped by Vlad Snerkov. Bryce Peeble does that one hand sky hook to the other side, and that will land. That will land in the on the out territory. Bryce Peeble will get the serve here. Hits it over. Bounce around. Peebles will set it for Tate to just graze it off his hands and fall right in the campfire. As that extends Nix's lead to 11. Timeout called. Nixa leading 4-15. And we'll be back from this break shortly. Hello, welcome back. And back to the game here. Nixa leading by 11. Bryce Peebles with the serve here. As we're underway, still in set one. Ball in the air. Hit over number 7, Jaden Holstrom. Back to Nix's side. Set by Peebles. Spiked by Barron and hit out of bounds by number 17, Garrick McMillan. Peebles with the serve. Back to McMillan. Set over. Pass to Jaden Holstrom, but he will not get it over the net. Point Nixa. McMillan with the bump. Set by Jaden Holstrom. Over to Nix's side, but that will be Lee Summit point. And cutting the lead down merely to 12. Garrick McMillan will serve this one here. Set by Peebles. Spiked by Barron Johnson to number 5, Carson Feen, but he will bump it out of bounds. Rolling back to Nixa. Number 4, Barron Johnson here to serve. 3 kills in this game. Hit over. Jousted, but will return back to Lee Summit side as Jaden Holmstrom will hit it over. Pancaked, passed over to Tate, but Lee Summit will recover. Peebles one hand to over the Vlad to set it. Kyle Griffin will hit it over. Spike by number 5, Carson Feen. Hit over by number 4, Barron Johnson. Bounce around, will stay alive. Tate will hit it over as a big spike for number 11, Reese Ahuna, but will be saved. Tapped over, bumped by Vlad Zakar. Kyle Griffin with spike, and off the hands of number 23, Trenton Oldham, will go off to the side, bringing Nixa to 19. Vlad Zakar here with the serve. Hits it over to Big City, or Mannix Pomeroy? Yeah, hit over. Bryce Peebles to Kyle Griffin. Looks to be a pass, but it will eventually get over to Lee Summit side, and it'll be point Lee Summit there. Nixa Eagles leading by a handsome amount here. They're talking things over. But it should be Lee Summit serve in the hands of Jaden Holstrom. Looking to serve it here. Ball in the air, be bumped by Griffin. Finds the way over to Tate. Garrett hit over. Spiked right into the campfire by Carson Feen. Pick up an easy point there. And Lee Summit showing some signs of life here, inching back. Ball hit over to Griffin, set by Peebles, spiked by Griffin, bumped and set around, spiked by Braden Askland, but will find the net to be no good, making this Nixa lead by 13. Be served by Vlad. Bumped, finds its way to Jaden Holstrom. And that will be spiked by number 11, Reese Ahuna, but that hits Coach Zimmerman in the backcourt. That thing was smoked over, let me tell you. But it'll be Nix's point. It'll be lightly hit over, set by Jaden Holstrom, spiked again by Carson Feen, but Colt McCoy and Kyle Griffin could not defend that one, as that finds the ground and will be Lee Summit point. 11 Risa Huna. From the serve it. Finds Bryce Peebles. Colt McCoy spikes it down. Garrett McMillan not be able to set that one. As Nixa reaches 22 points here, 3 away from the set. We have Jaden Tate here to serve for Nixa. Bumped. Spiked by number 5, Carson Feen. But will hit net. Nixa point. Ball finding its way back into Jaden Tate's hands. Millen gets it up. Hit over by number 3, Justin Lee. Bounce around. Back up by Karsten. Hit over, finds Vlad to Peebles. McCoy will spike it right in between number 11, Risa Huna, and McMillan. Splits the difference to make Nixa's score 24 match point. Tate with the serve here. And that will be inbounds. Looks like, wasn't sure if it was in or out, but that will be point Nixa as Nixa takes his first set. Nixa came ahead early and they took it and ran. As the score be 8-25 Nixa. And this break is sponsored by Coca-Cola. I'm Elijah Adams. Don't go anywhere. Hello and welcome back as we're looking to start set 2. Lee Summit with some energy, looking to come back. Win this next set, stay in here. As that was a pretty quick first set with the Eagles just blowing them out. But number 11, Jaden Tate, has 5 kills. And number 12, Baron Johnson with 4, as they are just killing it, literally. Here comes the Eagles taking the court. And will be Nixa Eagles serve. Colt McCoy coming out. Vlad Zakar coming in. Ball coming over to Baron Johnson to serve here for the Nixa Eagles. Ball hit over. And we'll find its way to number 7, Jaden Holstrom, but we'll go to the net to be no good. Point, Nixa. The second serve in the air by Trenton Oldham. Back over to Nixa side. Baron Johnson will hit it over to Peebles. Kyle Griffin will hit it to McMillan. Bumped in the air. Holstrom over to Carson. And the ball looks to be Jaden Tate hit it over and hit out by Lee Summit. Make the score 2-0. Ball served. Millen calls for it. Hit over but rejected. Ball set. Hit over by Risa Huna. Set by Peebles. Spiked by Tate. Just barely out of the hands of Trenton Oldham. 3-0 Nixa. Baron Johnson with the serve. Bumped by Trenton Oldham. But will go back to be out. Increasing the lead by 4. Ball in the air, but that will be about 10 feet out. Notching Lee Summit on the scoreboard here as number 7, Jaden Holstrom will serve it here. Hits it over. Digs by Barron. Jaden Tate will hit it over, but rejected. Ball stayed alive. Vlad hits it over. Will be spiked and tipped by Carson Feen. Peebles sets it. And will be spiked by Kyle Griffin on the setter side to bring the ball back to Nixa. Blake Edson coming out. Bringing Colt McCoy back in. Serve, hit in the air. Back and forth between the lines. Peebles will hit it back. Vlad behind the back. Pushed over by Cal Griffin. Spiked over. Bryce Peebles will try to save it, but will instead hit it out of bounds. Bring a score 2-5 Nixa. Number 11, Risa Huna with the serve here. Hit by Tate, saved by Bryce. Will turn out to be at least Summit point. Back in the hands of Reese Ahuna. Hit over, set, bumped by Vlad. Colt McCoy spikes it down over to McMillan, but he is not able to get it. And man, can that guy spike. Bring him to his 5th kill. Tate with serving. Hit out of bounds by Risa Huna. Score 3-7 Nixa. Throws it up, hits it. Out of bounds. Point Lee Summit. Braden Naskland. The serve. Bumped by Vlad Zakar. Set by Peebles. And that will be hit by number 5 Carson Feen and number 14 Cale Van Pelt. Hit back over to Nixa's side to make it 4-8 Nixa. But will be Nixa's serve. Number 17, Takar to hit it. Set, tapped over by number 3, Justin Lee. Peebles sets it, spiked by McCoy, hit back over to Nix's side. Number 3, Lee. Baron Johnson will hit that a little bit too hard and will be out. Making Lee Summit just 3 points away from Nixa. Carson Fien, serve. Bumped by Tate, set by Peebles. Just tapped by Cole McCoy, as that will land down for a point. Now server here. Dig, then set by Jaden Holstrom. Spiked by Lee. Be recovered. Bryce Peebles hit it over the other side. Holstrom hits it. Van Pelt finds McCoy, but McCoy will answer right back their side. McCoy will set it high in the air. The car hit it. The Peebles barely gets it over. Long volley here. Number 7, Jane Holstrom hits it, finds Kirsten Fien, but will hit net and be Nixa Eagles point. What a volley that was. With the serve. Holstrom set, Van Pelt taps. Straight back from Baron Johnson. Just past him to bring Nixa to 11. Once again, serve. Be bumped, set by Holstrom. Lee will hit it, rejected by Peebles. Back over to Lee Summit's side to gain some of this lead back. Now it'll be leading by 7. McCoy hits it over. Holstrom bumps it back. Finds no one over there. Van Pelt unable to get it over. And we will have a timeout here. Nixa leading by 8 here. Starting off strong here once again. As we'll take a short break, sponsored by Coca-Cola. And don't go anywhere, we'll be right back. Hello, welcome back. Nixa winning 15-13. McCoy hit it over, set by Holstrom. Lee spiked it over, rejected by Peebles. Number 11, Risa Huna. Try to save that one, but will go out of bounds. Some mild frustration here from Lee Summit's side. Colt McCoy with the serve. Hits it over to McMillan. Sets it. Holstrom sets it again. Lee spikes it. That will go to number 17, Zakar. And looks like Colt McCoy and Jaden Tate tried to save that one, but there was no saving it. Point Lee Summit. Number 3, Justin Lee with the serve now. Lee with the serve. Set by Tate, set by Peebles. Hit over by Barron. And that will be saved off the net by Van Pelt. But eventually hit over to be out for Nix's point. But a great save there to keep the ball alive. Fortunately, result in Nix's point. Bryce Peebles come up here to serve. As number 23, Trenton Oldham, will come back into the game, taking out Justin Lee. Peebles with the serve. Not go over, at least Summit point. Also number 8, Braden Askeland coming in for Van Pelt. And that will be Garrick McMillan with the serve here. Sakar bumps it, sets by Peebles. And then that will be another kill for Jaden Tate. Wow, that brings him to 8 kills in just this second set, first and second set. Pretty amazing to see. Ball will find Barron Johnson to serve it. Spiked over, unable to recover, Lee Summit point. They'll cut this Nixa lead down to 8. Holstrom serves it. Digs. There's a car. Peebles bump it. Find a way it's over to Lee Summit side. Holstrom sets it. And then a great save from Jaden Tate and Bryce Peebles. But will hit the net. The Eagles won't be able to get it over. And another point for Lee Summit. As little by little, they're coming back. Jaden Holstrom with the serve yet again. Johnson with the hit. Tapped over from Jaden Tate. But we are rejected by number 5, Carson Feen, 11, Risa Huna. Excuse me, Nixa point. And Vlad Sakar will serve this one. Hit over Nixa side, Vlad bumps it. Set by Peebles. Hit over by Griffin. Will find some way to Trenton Oldham, but he will bump it out of bounds. Here's a serve. Bumped, then set by Jaden Holstrom. Spiked by number 11, Reese Ahuna. That will be out. Nix's point. Nixon now with the lead of 10. Group effort there to bump it. Holstrom sets it. Peebles sets it. Tate hits it over. Holstrom sets it for number 8, Braden Askeland, but saved by Johnson. Griffin hits it over. Hit back in the middle. McMillan keep it alive. Colt McCoy with it. Peebles with it. Spiked by Colt McCoy. Opposite side, bringing Nixa to 20. What a spike that was. Hard serve there. He set. Carson hit it over. Dumped over to Barron Johnson. Peebles will set it. Griffin hit it over. Holstrom hits it. Feen hits it over. Finds Jaden Tate. But will be Lee Summit point. Nix's 5 away from the set. And Lee Summit trailing by 10. Here's a serve from Huna. Up and over. Bumped by Vlad. Set by Peebles. Spiked and too far outside to bring Lee Summit to 11. Hit over. Zakar bumps it. Griffin spikes it, hits net. Lee Summit point. Lee Summit's not out of this yet, showing signs of life. And that will be an ace from number 11, Ahuna. There'll be a second ace of the game for Lee Summit. And we will have a short timeout here. And this will be sponsored by Coca-Cola. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back. Nixa and Lee Summit. Nixa leading by 7, 13-20 Nixa. And it'll be Lee Summit with the serve here from Ahuna. And Nixa's looking to get to 5 and put this set away. Hit over by Bryce. Be one-handed, but that will not count, as that will be Lee Summit point. And Lee Summit off some mistakes from Nixa, but with some resilience, they've made their way back in this game, trailing by 6. Hit over, bumped by Tate, bumped by Peebles, and Griffin will hit it over, but that'll be tipped off of one of the hands of Lee Summit to bring Nixa to 21. Tate with the serve here, passes off to Askar. Zakar, excuse me, but Tate will serve this one. Some discussion with the refs and coaches, but it will be Tate serving this one. Hits it over. Holstrom sets it. Fiend hits it over. Set by Peebles. Over to McCoy. Blocked by Fiend. Peebles hit over McMillan. Set by Holstrom. Hit over, but that will be Nixa Eagles point. Kyle Griffin coming in for number 17, Zakar Sirnikov. Tate with the serve. And Lee Summit point. I think he took too many steps to serve that one. Be served by number 8, Jaden Holstrom. Sorry, Askland. That'll be point Nixa there. Now just knocking on the door of this set here. Eagles with the serve again. And number 8, Askland will come out. Hit over, set behind. McMillan hits it, bumps it back over Holstrom to hit it back. Finds Vlad's car. Over to Peebles, spiked by McCoy. Hits number 7, Jaden Holstrom, takes him aback. They will cover. Peebles finds it, and they'll be spiked by Johnson. but it will not make its way over. Instead, it will find ground for Nixa Eagles point, bringing them to match point here. Zakar with the serve here. Pumped back by Risa Huna. And the Nixa Eagles won this set 15-25. As this will bring us to a short break here. And don't go anywhere. We got one set left. And we'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to set 3 of this Lee Summit Nixa game. Nixa won the first 2 as they haven't even spared any other sets, any other teams tonight. And they're looking to put this one away, and Lee Summit's looking to fight and make their way back into this game. And it will be a Lee Summit serve, I believe. Yep. Holstrom with the serve. Some discussion on the floor here. But we are on our way. Peoples with the set. Tate hits it over to McMillan, digs it. Peoples hits it over to Griffin, and that will get down. Point Nixa. Vlad Snernikov serve here. Holstrom bumps it up. McMillan sets it over. Barron to Peebles. To Griffin, taps it over. Finds Holstrom again. Ahuna will hit it over. Rejected, but spiked by Kyle Griffin. Rejected by number 8, Braden Askeland, and 11, Risa Ahuna, to be Lee Summit point, making this game tied. 1-1. Over to Jaden to Peebles. Griffin with a strong spike. Beer covered. Spiked by number 5, Carson Feen, to be out. And that one makes its way over to Nix's bench as well, which happened earlier this game. Here's Tate with the serve. Bumped by Lee. Set by Holstrom. Lee hits it over. Ahuna hits it over to Holstrom. Lee bumps it over for Barron to hit it to Peebles. Colt McCoy hits it off the hands of number 3, Justin Lee. Will find ground to make the score 1-3 Nixa. The serve, lead to McMillan. Lee bumps it over. Tate to Peebles to Griffin. And rejected by Carson Feen. He spikes that one down. Cut the lead to 1. Brings up Braden Askeland to come serve here. Up and over to Barron, to Peebles. Colt McCoy, recovered by Ahuna, and he hits it over, keeps it in, gets the point, back to 3-3. Wow, what a play. Has to land with the serve here. Over to Barron Johnson. Peebles bumps it over to Lee Summit. And Karsten Feen tries to hit it. Hits net. Making Nixa up by 1. As this third set is a tight one. By this point in the last 2 sets, Nixa was already up by 4 or 5. Which is good to see. As number 17's a car. Coming here to serve it. Holstrom hits it. Finds Peebles. He spikes it over. Recovered. Colt McCoy recovered again by Ahuna. McMillan bumps it over. Tate sets it. Peebles sets it up for McCoy. He will spike that one to be Nix's point. Some nice plays on that volley there. Zakar Sirkhoff with the serve. And I think there's a wet spot on the floor as Kale Van Pelt will wipe that up with a towel. A couple spots, actually. They will squeak that one out. And we're all ready now. Nixa serve. Ball hit over to Van Pelt. McMillan will bump it over to Holstrom. Spiked and off the hands of Barron Johnson to be out. So Lee Summit is staying in this game. Carson Fiend now with the serve. Bumps over to Zakar. Bumped by Peebles. Tapped in by McCoy. Holstrom hits it. Van Pelt tries to spike it. And that will be Lee Summit point, as we're 5-5 in set 3. Up and over. Sneernikov. Set by Peebles. One-handed by Johnson. Johnson rejects it. Ahuna bumps it over to Holstrom. He taps it in straight in the donut. Straight in the donut. Where it looked like no one was able to get to that one. And that will make Lee Summit in the lead. First time for this game. Serve. Peebles bumps it to McCoy. Off the hands. Finds Ahuna. Holstrom sets it over to Lee. Bumped over, but will stay on Lee Summit's side as Nixa squares this one away. Back up 6-6. Served by Colt McCoy. Find net. Lee Summit finds themselves up by 1. And we're bringing this towel out again. Another wet spot over here on the Lee Summit side. With number 23, Trenton Oldham with the serve here. Peebles bumps it. Spiked by Barron. Staying alive. Nice dig. And a behind the head pass. Not a pass, but a bump from Peebles. Finds Barron, and that will go out. Extending Lee Summit lead to 2. The biggest lead they've had this game. Served over. Peebles sets it. Barron spikes it hard, but a little bit too far. 9-6, Lee Summit. Serve over to Tate. Bumped over to Peebles. Barron again. Rejected. Back to Barron. The ball bounced around over there. It'll be out. And Nix's point, Nix's serve. Peebles with the serve. Hit by McMillan. Holstrom. Van Pelt spikes it. Saved. Back over. Peebles hits it. Sneernikov hits over to Barron. Barron taps it over. Holstrom sets it. Ahuna spikes it. Still in the air. McMillan over to Ahuna. Hits it over to Peebles. Peebles bumps it over to Sneernikov. Tate over to Lee Summit side. Holstrom sets it. Tapped over by Carson Fiend, but the ball will not make it over. And scores 9-8 Lee Summit. Peebles serves it. Holstrom sets it for Van Pelt. That will miss by 15 feet out of bounds. Settling the score 9-9. And Peebles with the serve. He serves it over. Set over to Holstrom to set it. Tapped over Van Pelt, rejected. Back over to Nix's side. Peebles. Barron. Being passed around. Ahuna will be rejected back over to Lee Summit's side. Still alive. Peebles sets it. Tate spikes it off the hands of number 11, Reese Ahuna. Comes straight down for Eagles point, and Eagles are now ahead by 1. Here's their serve. Off the hands of McMillan. And they almost get it back in bounds. Ahuna and Carson Fiend team up to keep that one alive, but it barely misses over. About a 30, 40-foot hit, but pretty dang close. Peebles with the serve. Back over Nix's side. Peebles will bump it over for Barron to hit it over. Kept alive by McMillan. Bumped over to Karsten. Try to get it over. Barron will eject it, and Kelvin Pelt is not able to come up with it and get it over. Score is 9-12 as we're taking a timeout. Nixa up by 3. Some adversity in the first part, but Nixa comes back up to take the lead. We'll take a short break. We'll be back with you shortly. Hello, welcome back. Score is 9-12. Nix is leading, but Lee Summit has a little bit of fight left in them. They're fighting back in this last set, trying to stay alive. We got Bryce Peebles with the ball here, coming to serve. Holstrom hits it to McMillan, over. Bumped by Bryce Peebles. McMillan hits it to Holstrom. That will be spiked off of Edison. Will come down, hit the net to be Lee Summit point. And the lead is now down to 2. Kelvin Pelt, or excuse me, McMillan with the serve. Fine net to be Nix's point, 10-13 Nixa. Barron hits it over. Holstrom sets it. And number 8, Braden Askland, will hit it over Nix's side. Barron Johnson unable to come up with it. Lee Summit serve. Jaden Holstrom. Up and over. Peebles sets it. Spiked by Griffin. Still alive. Over and out from Risa Huna. And number 30, Blake Edison, comes out for number 12, Colt McCoy. Carson, excuse me. Not go over. Be Nix's point. Vladimir with the serve. Hit and out of bounds by number 17, Garrett McMillan. Nixa back with the serve here. Up and over. Hit by McMillan. Set over. Spiked. And will find ground off of Colt McCoy to be Lee Summit point. Looked like that one hurt. Huna with the serve. And that will be a illegal set. Cutting Nix's lead to 3. Risa Huna with the serve. He hits it over. Finds Tate to Peebles. Tate hits it over, but rejected by Justin Lee. Ball's up and over. Jaden bumps it over to Peebles. Over to Griffin. Hits McMillan. He sets it all the way over out of bounds to be Nix's point. As yet close, but Nixa inches closer to 25. Tate with the hit. McMillan. Holdstrom sets it. Tapped over. Jaden bumps it. Saves it. Bumped over to Holstrom. Askeland hits it over to Peebles. Back and forth. McCoy will try to bump it over, but will be rejected as the Eagles can't bring it up. Keeping a tight score on this game here. Sneernikov. Peebles, McCoy, unable to set it up. Caleb Van Pelt from the Lee Summit Tigers. Bringing Nixa at 18 now. Holstrom sets it for Karsten Feen to spike it right in the middle for Lee Summit point. That was great setup, great execution. And he will serve this one. Bumped up in the air, over to Peebles. Colt McCoy just taps it. McMillan bumps it to Holdstrom. Ahuna hits it over. Bryce Peebles almost got the ball over on that backwards behind the head, one-handed little tap thing there. But it will not be a Lee Summit point. So over Barron Johnson. Peebles sets it. Barron will spike it, but Cale Van Pelt hit off his hand to be Nixa's point. And Nixa will regain that 2-point lead over Lee Summit. Colt McCoy with the serve here. Into the net. And this is a close game. Here's a close set, folks. This is 18-19 Nixa, but with Lee Summit serve. Number 23 coming in the game, Trenton Oldham. Come set this one. Kept alive by the Eagles. Edison hits it over. Gets it up. Barron Johnson spikes it off the hand of Holdstrom. Bounces around. Ahuna hits it over. Sisnirnikov hits it over Peebles. Barron will hit it up, but rejected back over down. Nix's side. Scores 19-19. And Lee Summit is getting fired up. Scores 19-19. And we're going to take a short little break here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back. We got a tight one here, folks. This is 1919, Lee Summit with the ball. Trenton Oldham coming here to serve. And they're battling out for this third set here. Ball up and over. Sneerkov bumps it over to Peebles. Peebles sets it up for Barron. McMillan bumps it up. Holstrom sets it. Ahuna off the hands of a Nixa Eagle to make Lee Summit ahead. Maybe some interference with the net to make Lee Summit ahead by 1. Ball hit net, up and over. Zakhar Sneerkov unable to get it up. And Lee Summit is now up by 2, folks. Wow. Things are getting interesting down here at the Eagle Fieldhouse. Another serve. Peebles sets it for Barron. Hits it over. McMillan bumps it. Ahuna. And then is off the hands of Bryce Peebles. Finds ground. Lee Summit 22. And Nixa has 19. That'll be a timeout as Lee Summit's getting fired up and Nixa's getting worried. But close game here, folks. We're going to take a short break to come back, finish out this set. So do not go anywhere. This is just getting interesting. All right, we are back in it now. East Summit keeping this third set energy up as they're leading Nixa by 3. And Trenton Oldham with the serve. Sirnikov over to Peebles. Barron taps it over, and it'll be tapped out by number 7, Jaden Holstrom, to bring the lead down to 2. But never mind, call overturned. Lee Summit point. Nixa's back down to 19, and Lee Summit will have 23. As they now have a 3-point lead over Nixa. There's Trenton Oldham with the serve. Tate sets it over. Barron bumps it. Vlad gets it over. Van Pelt pushes it over. So does Peebles. Holstrom sets it. Ahuna with the hit. Tate bumps it over back to Peebles. Barron hits it off the hands of either Kale Van Pelt or Jaden Holstrom's hand to be out. But that will bring Nixa to 20. Now a 3-point lead, excuse me. It was a 4-point. But Peebles with the serve. McMillan bumps it. Holstrom sets it. Spiked off the hands of Edison to make it 24-20 Lee Summit. As their match point, 1 point away from winning this set here. McMillan now with the serve. He hits it over. Tate bumps it. Peebles sets it. Tate hits it over. McMillan dives. Gets it over. And Lee Summit will take this set. Wow. Some great resilience by this Lee Summit team to come back and fight for this third set. And we'll take another short break, sponsored by Coca-Cola. I'm Elijah Adams. Do not go anywhere. And we're about to start set number 4. You don't want to miss this.
If we lose this round, do we go to another one?
Hello and welcome back. If you're now just joining us, Nixa took the first 2 sets, but Lee Summit rallied up and took the last one, which was absolutely electric when they won that set. As they come back out here with a ton of energy, and Lee Summit is just looking to do the same thing they did last set. Same strategy and everything. Nixa's probably wanting to switch it up a little bit. And just changed so they could just put this thing away. And Baron Johnson for Nixa will start this off to serve. It's up and over. Huna over to Vladimir Sneernikov. Peoples will get over, and that Kyle Griffin will try to spike it, but number 8, Braden Askelan, will hit it back over. Fine ground. Lee Summit 1-0. Jaden Holstrom with the serve. Kyle Griffin throws his hands at it and will be out. Another serve. Kyle Griffin bumps over Peebles. Back over to Griffin. Hit over. Tate over to 23. Trenton Oldham will be saved. Peebles with it. Tapped over by Jaden Tate. Holstrom sets it. Askelan. Barron to Peebles. Spiked by Griffin on the ground. Oh, they got pancaked by 17 McMillan. Trying to keep that one alive. But that was just a good hit. The ref pointing out maybe some web spots. And that will be Jaden Tate's serve. Lee Summit leading by 1. Here's the serve. Holstrom sets it. Ahuna hits over. Back to Tate. Sneernikov. Askeland. Hits it over Peebles. He'll bump it over Colt McCoy. And back and forth right there, really rapid. Hit down. Peebles to Tate. Hits it over. Recovered. Ahuna hits it at Colt McCoy. He'll get it back. Ahuna again. Will hit it over, but off the hands. And that gives him another point there. Make it 3-1 Lee Summit. Here's Reese Ahuna with the serve now. Here it comes. Siernikov, Peebles, Colt McCoy hits it, stuffed back. Peebles again to Griffin. Hits it back to Griffin. Throws it up. And that will be Lee Summit point. Lee Summit taking an early lead in this one by 3. So we're in for another good set, seems to be. Here's the serve. Peebles will hit it up to Griffin. He'll hit it over to Askeland. And McMillan will hit it to Lee. Pancake down, will save it. Teamwork there to get it over. Lee will bump it. Rejected by Bryce Peebles for point Nixa. As they gain their second point of the set. Some confusion going on. Some discussion with the refs. And seems to be we have a disagreement. And that will be Zakhar Siernikov's serve. He goes ahead and hits it, and it'll hit net. And Lee Summit erupting here for that point. 5-2 Lee Summit. And not quite sure what happened. But like I said, we're having some disagreements out here. Braden Askeland looking to serve here. He'll serve it over. Vladimir Siernikov over to Peebles. Tapped over by McCoy, and Lee Summit's unable to get that one. They'll score a point there. And this field house starting to get electric as we're getting up and getting into this game. Here's Kyle Griffin with the serve. Holstrom sets it. Van Pelt will get it over, hit back down, back over to Griffin. Set by Peebles, tapped over by Baron Johnson. McMillan will bump it up. Hit back over by Ahuna. Peebles will set this one. Colt McCoy, spike it, but saved by Ahuna. Van Pelt will try to tap it over, but be no good for Nix's point. Brings the score to 5-4 Lee Summit, still ahead by 1. But Kyle Griffin for the Eagles will serve it. And that's in the air. Peebles set it up for Colt McCoy, over, but bumped around by Lee Summit. Johnson and Huno keep it alive. Back over Nix's side. And a spike by number 12, Colt McCoy, will not be good. to be Lee Summit Tigers' point. Comes the serve. Quickly hit out of bounds by the Nixa Eagles. And Lee Summit taking an early lead to this set. Colt McCoy, the spike. Bounce off some bodies to be good for a Nixa point. Score 7-5, Lee Summit. Vladimir Sneernikov, the serve. Holstrom will set it. Van Pelt will not be good enough for the point. Back over to Vlad. Keeping this volley alive and hit out of bounds by Lee Summit Tigers to tie up this set here. Bounced around, but will be good for a Lee Summit point. Regaining their lead of 1. There's Trenton Oldham with the serve. He bumps it over. Vladimir hit over. McMillan will bump it for Holstrom to set it. Ahuna pushes it. Kyle Griffin will keep it alive. And Jaden Tate will not be able to get that one over, extending Lee Summit lead to 2. 9-7 Lee Summit, as they've kept that energy and kept going. Another serve off the net, up and around everybody, and that will be another point for Lee Summit. Nixa Eagle is unable to get a hold of that one. Serve over Nix's side. Peoples will set that one up for Barron Johnson. Off the hand. And look to be Trenton Oldham. A little mishap. Good for Nixa point. And Bryce Peoples with the serve here. He serves it over for Garrett McMillan to save it, but will not come up with it for point Nixa. Here it comes. Over to Holstrom. He sets it. Van Pelt off the hands of Tate. Bounced around. Sirnikov will hit it just outside for their Lee Summit point. Now Nix is struggling to regain this lead as Lee Summit's starting to keep the distance. Here's McMillan with the serve. Griffin will bump it. Set, spiked. Set, Ahuna spikes it. Rejected, did not go over Jaden Tate. He put that back down. But that will not be Nix's point, as Lee Summit will serve this one. Bump, set, spike. No good, and another point for Lee Summit, as they've taken a 4-point lead to this one. And like I said, energy just keeps getting better. And Eagles will take a timeout. And we'll be right back. Welcome back. Score 13-9, Lee Summit. They lead over the Eagles with a 4-point lead. They'll serve this. Nixa will answer back with a point. Cut lead down to 3. And that'll be Jaden Tate's 11th kill of the game. Just behind number 12, Baron Johnson with 12. It's Johnson, serve that. Hit over, hard play, Peebles set that up. But Vladimir Sirnikov will have a hard time getting that one. It's in the bleachers. So that'll be Lee Summit point. Here's a serve. Griffin over to Peebles. Back to Griffin. Millen will bump that over to Huna. He'll spike it. Nixa Eagles unable to dig that one out. And Lee Summit officially gains the biggest lead over Nixa of the night by 5. Here comes a serve. Barron over to Griffin. Peebles will bump that over Lee Summit side. Huna saved by Bryce. Over to Zakar. Spiked up off the hands of Tate and Griffin to make it 16-10 Lee Summit. And the fans and the bench and the coaches are all getting hype put down there. Off of Griffin to Peebles. Try to be bumped over by Jaden Tate, but will be rejected. Extending this lead to 7. Once again, here's Jaden Holstrom with the serve. Over to Kyle, behind. Snierkoff, off the hands. Ahuna tapped that one over. Peebles will set that up for him. He'll bump that over, and that will land right in the corner for a beautiful lay. Point Nixa. They're looking with the momentum they have now. They could shake things up, start things going their way. And here's Tate with the serve. Off the net. Regardless, back over to Nix's side. Tate will bump that over. McMillan over the Holdstrom. Aslan will hit that over, and another point for Lee Summit as they're inching to 25. And wow, what a turn of events here in this game. Up and over. Eagles try to get that one over. but joust it over back to their side. Regardless, it get it over. Hit by Baron Johnson, hits the net to be Lee Summit point to make the score 19-11. They're chanting down there. And we will take a timeout break. And things are getting interesting. We're getting closer to this end of this third set. And do not go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back. Scores 11-19 Lee Summit. Sounds like we're having a chant off on that breakdown from those two teams. See who's louder. Ahuna with the serve. And Colt McCoy will spike that one on the edge. Nixa Eagles will gain a point there. And the Eagles now come to serve it. Bumped. Pupil sets it up for McCoy. Rejected. Back over. Then bumped up and saved. McMillan will bump this one up. The Holdstrom. Back to Johnson Peebles. Spiked by Kyle Griffin. First he's had in a while. Had a little dry streak here. But he will find that corner and etch another point on that board. Bringing the score 19-13, Lee Summit. They'll serve that. That'll go over. And Lee Summit reaches 20 here. It's gonna make some hard work for the Nixa Eagles. Colt McCoy will hit that hard, but it'll be recovered. Goes back over. Soft hit, and that'll be out. Lee Summit Tigers in our point. Yet again. Spike. Back and forth, and that will be Lee Summit point. Now leading by 9. And looks like we're going to have to play another set after this one. Colt tries to get it over. That will be saved. Price with an excellent finish. With a fake set, he'll get that one-hander, and he'll finish that straight down. What a nice play. Bringing up Kyle Griffin to serve this one. That'll go into the net. Here's Carson Feen with the serve. I'll be out. Jane Tate coming back in the game for Colt McCoy. Set. Light tap by Justin Lee.
Well, barely miss to be out. Tapped over, but saved by Siernikov. Jaden tapped that one over. At least Summit Tigers won't be able to return that one. And they'll pick up a point there. They're now just 6 away, tying it. Kyle Griffin over the Peebles. Sets up for Barron. But Tigers will recover. Tigers keeping alive. Sprice, the same move. And Justin Lee will try to one-hand that one over. But Nixa will cut that lead only to 5. They're coming back too. And things are getting close, ladies and folks. And we're going to take a short break, sponsored by Coca-Cola. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back to the game. Siernikov will serve that one. And a light tap from number 7, Jaden Holstrom. Will fall perfectly, bringing this set to match point. Lee Summit getting excited here. But excellent lay from the freshman, Jaden Holstrom. Lee Summit will serve it. Bumped over and smoked to the back of the gym by Cale Van Pelt, who was excited in that one. Well, it will be Nix's point. Comes Bryce Peebles with the serve. Bumped, hit over. Vladimir will save that. Peebles will set it for Johnson. Just tap that one over. And a spike off the hands of Griffin. And Lee Summit Tigers take set 3, or 4, sorry, excuse me. Wow. So we are now down to one last set in this contest. So you can take this game. And we will have a captain's meeting down here. We'll flip the coin. Coin goes up. I think the Eagles won that one. And we'll take a short break here, and we'll come back for the 5th set in this game. Let's see who can win this one. Hello, welcome back. As Lee Summit has notched their way, climbed their way back point by point to bring us here to this 5th set. As both teams showing no signs of letting up. And we're looking for a winner, folks. I think Nixa Eagles have the serve. And it all comes down to this. Will be Jaden Tate to serve the ball here. Jaden with 2 aces for the Eagles and 12 kills. He's having a pretty good day. He'll come out and serve this one for the Eagles. He'll hit it over. Holstrom will set it for Ahuna. Griffin, tap it over, bump it over. Sneerdakov, head over to McMillan. Holstrom taking the first point of the set. Now 1-0 Lee Summit. Jane Tate will be taken out of the game, putting Colt McCoy in there. Here's the serve. He bumped, set by Peebles. And a great spike by McCoy. In the corner, weaving through the defenders. Making Nix's first point. Guys, set. Over Nix's side. Ejected. Another spike by McCoy, but will be bounced around by the Tigers. Looked to be a fake spike from Kirsten Fien, but we missed. Lean to point Nixa. Couple bumps and sets. Finding Baron Johnson over to Griffin. I'll hit the net. And just battling back and forth. Giving Lee Summit the serve. See, he will hit that one out. Number 11, Lisa Huna. Giving Nixa's first lead in a little bit, which they need. Here's Griffin. We're in start, we'll hit it out. Back over to Lee Summit. Askland coming to serve it. We'll hit the net. And quite literally, it is back to back. Back and forth. It's great to see this. Great close game here. Holstrom set up. And now will be spiked hard by Fien in a gap. And he'll grab that ball, serve it. We'll hit it over, and it will be out. Parents here getting a little rowdy, stomping all the seats, making some noise. Got Bryce Peebles. He knocks this one over to Fien. Leo will get a little tap, diving. Peebles will save it. He bounced around. Eventually, one-handed hit by Ahuna. A great play there. But Edison will spike that and not go out of bounds. Giving Lee some of that point. Come tie it up. Here comes 23 Trenton Oldham in the game serve. Great set and spike by Peebles and Tate. Come off the hands of number 17, Garrett McMillan. And it'll go back. And it went in that hallway. Get someone to retrieve that one. Holstrom sets it up for Ahuna. Finds Bryce, he'll bump it. Nixa will get it over and just barely out. Man. Neck to neck. Nice serve. Head over. Joust it over, but it will be Nick's point. Thanks to number 30, Blake Edison. Giving Nixa 1 point lead. Holstrom sets it up for Ahuna. Spikes that one, coming in hot to number 4, Baron Johnson. He won't be able to handle that. And now will shoot back for Lee Summit point. Ground to serve. Griffin, Peebles. Not a bad looking spike from McCoy, but will be out. Up and over. Finds Barron to set it to Edison. He'll do a one-hander over to Tiger's side. And they'll spike that one down. Baron Johnson unable to get that one. And a 2 point lead. Lee Summit leads 9-7 as we go into our timeout for this set. And we'll take a quick break. Do not go anywhere. This is a close one, folks. Welcome back. Lee Summit lead Nixa by 2, 9-7. Man, these Tigers, they're roaring down here. Getting loud. I'll head over to Kyle Griffin. People set it up for Griffin. Spike it off Vladimir's head. Back to Barron. And it'll be too quick for him. That'll come right back, making Lee Summit lead by 2. Or 3, excuse me. Here's number 7, Jaden Holstrom. Come and serve. Johnson will hit that behind the back set to Griffin to get over their side. Holstrom and an undefendable spike there from Carson Feen. as that was just too quick to get under and dig. And wow, what a play. Edison will be taken out, bringing in Colt McCoy. And a serve there, be avoided by Zakhar Sirnikov, but was close. And we have another timeout from the Nixa Eagles. They need to talk things over. Trailing by 5. We'll take another short break in this 5th set. And do not go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the game. Score is 12-7 Lee Summit. These two teams duking it out for the win. We're in the 5th set here. That'll be open over. Von Barron. Hit by McCoy. Awkwardly. Will stay alive. Peebles will save that one. Millen will set that up for Ahuna. Hit off the hands of McCoy. Hit the ground. And the score's adding up. They're inching closer and closer to that 25. And Jaden Holstrom will serve this one yet again. Here it comes. Bumped, set, tapped, bumped. Stay alive. Summit will hit it over behind the back bump from Peebles. Griffin will spike that off the hands of some Tigers to find a hole in the ground. Nixa will pick up a point and a serve. Bumped and set up. Old tap. Colt McCoy will spike that one. Coming in hot. Now touch the ground. Another Eagles point. Man, I think it's scary. Sirnikov with the serve. Holstrom sets it. Make its way over. Peebles, he'll set it. Tapped over, saved. Griffin, good spike, but will be recovered. And those bump it back over to Nixa's side. McCoy finds an open spot, and he just taps it right in. And number 17, Garrett McMillan, not be able to get that one. There's another wet spot on the floor here. And that'll be Nixa Eagles point. Served by the Nixa Eagles. Bumped by McMillan, set by Holstrom. Spiked, swing and miss from Barron Johnson. W. Lee Summit's point. Comes Reese. Ahuna comes serve it. And Lee Summit has just won it. off the hands of Vladimir Siernikov will come out. And Lee Summit battles back to take this game. Incredible game here. Great plays from both sides. Scores 15-10 Lee Summit. And Lee Summit will take the victory here. I'm Elijah Adams reporting. And have a good night.